Hello, welcome to our Shred 10 Q&A. I'm so glad you're going to take a look at the Shred. We know that it's a great program that we want to share with you, whether you're here tonight or watching the recording. We want you to have the opportunity to learn more about Juice Plus and why the Shred 10 is backed by science and how it actually works. And personally, I've been doing these for many years. I can't even remember, maybe 10 years. And I've noticed difference each time I do a shred, how much more I'm craving to eat healthier. So I'm going to share my screen. So the first thing I can do is show you a little bit more about the Shred 10. Okay, I hope you can see this. This is called a flipping book. So I'm going to open it up. And one of the things that we know in our environment, there are toxins and it's increasing all the time. Everyone's aware of that. Nothing we can do about that, but that just means our body is more susceptible to housing toxins we don't really want in our body. We don't want any of them. The food quality is decreasing. Another pretty well-known fact, when you go to the grocery store, especially when you're going down an aisle, you're going to see things that have preservatives and synthetic vitamins everywhere, genetically modified things. So those are things that do not help our health at all. They just decrease our health. So on the right, I want you to see this little picture here. I'm going to briefly describe to you the top row, those little figures with the black dots. That's what's happening when we're dieting. Our fat gets enrobed, our fat does enrobe the toxins that enter our body. And then when you either diet or overexercise or both, you burn fat. And yes, you begin to get more of the shape you want, but the result is that you rebound. And why is that? Because the fat cells are still in our body and our body's trying to protect our vital organs. So that's why we rebound. The bottom row in the green where it says cleansing is about getting rid of the fat cells. That's the difference. So when we have stored fat that protects our major organs by enrobing the toxins, the Shred 10 program helps you get rid of fat cells. It's not a starvation diet. It's not a way to just make yourself miserable. It's basically a way to just shred all those toxins, or many of them, not all of them. And overall, you feel better, you look better, and you have less toxins in your body. So that's the way it works. We also have a tower garden. That's a great way to add more plants to your body. Get with the person that invited you, and you can learn more about our soilless aeroponic vertical growing system. It takes about 90% less space and 98% less water, and it produces some delicious tasting produce. So on this other page, 45 whole plant foods. That's what you get when you're eating the fruit, vegetable, berry blends. And you're also getting more of them in your shakes. So this chart over here on the left, I want you to look at this and think about your glycemic index. So a lot of times people ask me about sugar content in shakes, and there's got to be some sugar for it to taste good. And honestly, our brains work on those carbs. So, but the goal is to stay in that zone of willpower, that green line there. And it's really a bit of a misnomer because willpower is when your glycemic load is balanced. When it's balanced, you're not craving. So see that blue line where it goes up to high glycemic foods? That's any type of processed foods or sugar, and processed carbs convert to sugar. So that's when we get those spikes. And then of course, after the spike, we get the dip. So we want that very slow input of sugar into our bloodstream in that zone of willpower. And that's where the complete shakes come in. They are low glycemic. They are vegan, and that means there's no dairy, no gluten, and they just have a powerful prebiotic that helps your digestive system. Here are the omegas. If you're on an omega, that's great, but I think these are just amazing and superior because they're strictly from algae and 5 other oils that are plants, like tomato seed oil, sea buckthorn. They're just made from these to get you the full spectrum, and they're 100% plant-based, and they do not have any type of heat applied, so that makes them pure and fresh. So that's a great one to add to your Shred 10. So when do you drink your Juice Plus shakes? Well, for us, it's a great breakfast. You can have it for a snack mid-afternoon after a workout. It's a perfect time to load up and recover. The Perform Shake is also known as a recovery drink. This one is the newest in our lineup. It has 25 grams of protein and it's loaded with B vitamins from the natural source, such as acerola cherries, guava, beetroot, and some other delicious things that help your body recover. So what is the shred? It's shredding the food, the toxins, and habits that are not serving us. So we do focus on habits. Here are the guidelines. And I'm not going to read this to you, but basically you're going to be eating more plant food and you're going to be drinking more water. You're going to be drinking 1 to 2 shakes a day. You're going to be doing deep breathing and getting 7 to 8 hours of sleep, whatever works for you, but we try. Then that first 5, I would say, are the main items. And then these other last 5 are up to you, to what extreme you want to do it. So if you're first time in, be kind to yourself, take baby steps. Don't feel like you have to go in full the first time. I know I didn't, but it's eliminating or just reducing caffeine, alcohol, eating after 6 p.m., or give your body at least 3 to 4 hours to digest before you go to bed at night. Any processed foods, gluten, dairy, and artificial and refined sugars. So that's the guidelines. We provide you with a grocery guide, recipes, as well as a tracking sheet. We provide you with all the tools. And I love this last page here. Some of the most common results are that you start craving more fruits and vegetables. I definitely have experienced that. Healthier weight. I have seen that. I've actually noticed that my body has just kind of gotten firmer, more fit, and better recovery from workouts. Improved sleep, more energy, healthier hair, skin, and nails. That one applies to me. Improved regularity for colon health and increased mental clarity. How about that one? We all want to have that mental clarity, especially as we age. So that's what the shred is. And I'm going to stop sharing my screen for just a moment and allow Jen Brinsmay to hop in here and tell you a little more.
Hello, everyone. So, I think having those capsules, Mimi just touched on that. The capsules are so important, just generally, but when you're shredding, it's very important because it really is the foundation for the shred. And this month, very great incentive from the company. They are offering 15 vanilla and 15 chocolate single pack smoothie packs when you buy the trio or the quad. So that's great. And it's like $84. So it's a great incentive. Gives you an opportunity to try both. They are both delicious. My daughter actually said to me when she first tried, she's like, "Mommy, you got to try this." So I tasted it because I hadn't tasted it yet. And I thought to myself, wow, this really tastes like something familiar. And so she said, "What does it taste like, Mommy?" I said, "It tastes like a Frosty to me, like a Wendy's Frosty. It's so good." So just if you ever were questioning whether you'd like either one, the chocolate's my favorite. But anyway, so that's really the shred is, like I said, is the foundation on the capsules and the shakes. And it's so interesting because you think that just having a smoothie once or twice a day, you're going to feel hungry. But there's fiber, there's like 7 or 8 grams of fiber in the smoothie. So it really stays with you for 3 or 4 hours. So it's a lot of people are concerned that drinking their breakfast or their lunch is going to be a challenge for them. I think first you just have to remember that, start with the mindset, believe that it's going to be okay. And you'll be able to get through it. But what my experience has been is that liquid does stay in the body because of the protein and because of the fiber. So I do want to say one of the things that I love about the shred is that there is community behind this in this program, right? So when you think about a New Year's resolution, most people say, okay, when I start the new year, I'm, after the holidays, especially, I am going to get healthier. I am going to eat better. Like They're not specific enough. This is I'm a health and mindset coach. So this has been my experience over the years. People are not specific enough. So they're coming into a new year and they fail. Only 9%, the studies show only 9% of people that set a resolution actually see it through. So why is that? There's multiple reasons, but one of the reasons that I see is that people try to do it on their own. And if they don't have the right skills, tools, all of those things, they're going to fail. And it's not because of willpower. It's because the brain is so used to a certain way. The brain eventually was like, that's not working for me, and starts pulling you back to what it knows. So when you have a support system, doesn't mean that it's still going to be easy. It's going to be challenging, but you've got that support. You have people that you can, that are encouraging you, that are sharing recipes. We have a whole Facebook group. There's, so you, if you're starting to feel like you're going to have a setback, which, be honest, there's going to be setbacks, and that's okay. But if you have that setback, then you have someone that can encourage you, inspire you, empower you to get back on the track of what you had set to do from the beginning. So I would say, if this is something that you've always trying to get your health in order, and that's a resolution that you have, consider joining the Shred with us. We start January 8th. And just be a part of a group of people that are just supporting and trying their best to get on track their health in the beginning of a year. And then it's a step. Like Mimi said, I think, you could just do the capsules and do the smoothie and, try to get some exercise in, drink your water, and that's it. And you know what? That's a lot. And then maybe next time, or after the Shred is over, take on one more of those guidelines and just, ease yourself into the change. But over the year, if you focus just what the Shred is, and you obtain even a half of those habits, your health is going to be so much more improved just because of that. So I'll stop talking because I could talk about this forever. But I hope that you'll join us on the 8th and speak with the person that's invited you, and they will be able to share more information and get you started.
Thank you, Jen. And that is kind of a pep talk we all need to hear, like what we're going to experience. And that, yes, Jen said the 8th, we are definitely going to start then. The company has decided to get behind this January 8th Shred, and there's going to be some prizes and giveaways, which we don't even know what that looks like yet. But now that we're in the midst of this Christmas holiday, it's still a good time to start thinking about what steps you want to take. Think about it now. Spend 10 minutes just looking at this video, look at the resources, and make a commitment to join us, because I know that we'll all have more fun if we're doing it together and encouraging one another the way Jen said. So the only thing I want to finish up with is to tell you about the options. And you can get more details on the pricing, but there's a quad 10 and a shred 10. The only reason we call it quad 10 because it includes the omegas. So that would be the fruit, vegetable, berry, and omega. So all 4 colors: red, green, purple, and orange. And the shakes. So like Jen mentioned, we get some, you get $84 worth of shakes if you put in a brand new order within the month of January, which is awesome. Or you can go ahead and get your capsules ordered now in this month, and then you're ready to go. And I always recommend, if you aren't on capsules already, start now. It's better to have a couple of weeks of taking those capsules before you start shredding. So the cost, the quad 10 is $112.50 a month. It's a 4-month supply. And of course, it's a subscription that you can start and stop anytime. And the shakes, if you're going to get the 60 shakes, the full amount of shakes that you get in an order, you can buy the single serves for $168, or you can get the pouches for $152. You can also do those in installment, but I recommend, because it's going to be part of your grocery budget during the Shred. and moving forward, go ahead and get a pay in full if that works in your budget, and do your capsules on installments. So that's it. Please get more details from the person that invited you, and we hope you have a wonderful shred and Happy New Year.